Today I'm going to be taking you guys on my $2,000 Turo fleet, showing you guys the insides and the outs of how much you can make with two vehicles on Turo. Now recently I made my video showing you some basic stuff that I do while owning Turo. What is going on? 2-0. So now I want to show you guys just the process on how I get things done. So right now I have a rental at the airport and I have to drop this car off and pick up my car that's at the airport. But I'm a little nervous because it needs some air in the tire, and I just ordered new tires on that vehicle. So hopefully it'll last for the trip, because I really don't want nothing to happen. Worst case, I have another vehicle she can get into if that one likes to act up. So I'm not too worried about that, but I'm just hoping that the tires aren't like dumb flat. I did bring my portable air blower. I'm just gonna call it that because I can't think of the name right now. I'm just getting off work, so I'm a little hot. I had a very long day today, so I'm trying to get this done, drop this car off, pick my car up, and then get back home. I'm gonna play some basketball tonight. I usually play basketball on Thursdays, so that's what I'm going to do. But there are some questions I wanted to answer for people. Do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, man. I'm almost at 10,000 subscribers. I say almost because I'm at like 2,600 away. So come on, we're almost there, guys. Help me out. Once we reach 10,000 subscribers, we'll be giving away $200. There was a question that I really wanted to answer from someone, and I can't remember what it was about. So let's see real quick. This person asked, they have a 2016 Toyota Corolla, and they wanted to know if doing Turo with just one vehicle is worth it. And my answer to that would be yes, but you want to make sure you have a backup plan for another vehicle. So for example, if that's your only car that you have and that's what gets you to work, then you want to just plan around your work schedule and make sure it makes sense for you. Now, if you're fine with taking public transportation, like riding the bus or catching an Uber, which I wouldn't suggest catching an Uber because now you're spending more money doing that, then I don't think it's worth it. But if you can catch the bus for, let's just say it costs you $30 a month for a bus pass or to ride the train or whatever it is, and you're spending that to take the train, and then you're renting your car out, that might be worth it for you. All right, so it all depends on your cost of what it's going to cost you if you are renting that one vehicle out. Right now, if you live up the street from your job and you can walk to work or something, then I would just walk to work. Or if you got an electric scooter or a motorcycle or something to just get you to work and not have to worry about it. If you don't have kids or anything like that, then absolutely, definitely take the risk and just try it out, see if it's worth it for you. Because you have to try it first, is what I would say. Try it for a couple weeks. So maybe 2 weeks you do it, and then 2 weeks you don't do it. That way you can see if it's really worth it and go from there. But I do think you should just try it with your one vehicle just to see if it makes sense for you. I think that's the perfect way to start on Turo. It's just starting with the one vehicle and going from there. All right, not everybody's going to have two cars, so luckily for me, that was just my situation. But if you have one car and you can make it work, try to make it work. Just try to make it work. That's the best way I can say. You might have to sacrifice not driving to work and stuff like that, but we don't care about that because we're trying to build a business, and we're not worried about how people look at us for riding a bus. Everybody, who cares what people think? So if you're embarrassed to ride the bus because you're renting your car out on Turo, then I can't help you there. All right. Then the other question was, this next person said they were thinking about getting a $6,000 to $7,000 loan, buying a beater, and renting that car out because they didn't want to rent out their BMW on the Turo platform. And I agree. I think that could work. I'm not saying it couldn't, I'm just not a fan of financing vehicles. So, all the vehicles that I have on my Turo platform, we own them. We don't make any payments. We don't got any loans or anything like that. So, I just took my last $6,000 that I had saved up and just bought a car. I didn't, I just took the risk and did it like that. So that's what I would say. If you can just buy when I say a beater, I mean like a $2,000 car and maybe rent out the BMW. I know you don't want to do that, but I would rent the BMW out, because if you have payments on the BMW, I would rather just only have payments for that one car and not two cars. Because if you get a loan for $6,000 or $7,000, now you have a loan, you have a monthly payments on that loan plus your car. Now, if you don't have any payments, monthly payments for the BMW, then I could understand getting a $6,000 or $7,000 loan and doing that. That's definitely understandable. But if you have car payments on that BMW, I definitely don't recommend getting another loan and having more monthly payments. I don't think it's worth it personally. But for me, what I would suggest in that situation is get yourself like a $2,000 car, something very, very, very cheap. Maybe if you do get a loan, just get like a $3,000 loan, $2,000 loan, something very cheap that's not going to cost you a lot monthly, and just get a very cheap car. That's what I would do. I think that makes the most sense. I'm not a fan of putting yourself in crazy debt all over trying to build something. So if you don't have to go into no crazy debt, I definitely don't recommend doing that. That's just my personal opinion. But do with that as you will. I just think it would make more sense to just either buy a beater car, a super beater. Something that just at least drives, gets you to A and B. Maybe the AC works, and you can find them. So, they're out there. You definitely can. And, maybe you got to put a little work in it or something. But that's what I would do, man. I know I'm kind of rambling on that situation, but I would just get a $2,000 to $3,000 vehicle and just do that. You drive that and rent the BMW out. You're going to make more money with the BMW. You'll probably make double what your monthly payment is for that BMW. And this is all if you have payments on the BMW. If you don't have payments on the BMW, I would then probably still recommend renting out the BMW, just because you don't have payments, and just getting a cheap beater for $2,000 to $3,000. Now, if you don't have payments and you do get that $6,000, $7,000 loan, it's not too bad, because you're not making any payments on your BMW, and you can just pay on that personal loan. All right, so that's what I would suggest for sure. I'm just trying to think of a lot of things we can talk about. Oh, I know. Insurance on the vehicles. Okay, hold on, let's do this. Make sure you guys watch this video completely, because I'm going to be talking about insurance for your rental cars, and just different things that I suggest for when purchasing a car for Turo, things to watch out for, etc. Okay, so don't forget, watch the entire video, because there's going to be information on everything and you don't want to miss out on stuff. All right, insurance for your Turo cars. All right, now the company that I use, the company name is Roamly, ROAMLY. I will put a link in the description box if you want to check them out. When I first signed up with them, they were fine with you having, I think, one vehicle. It was one vehicle on there. I think they've gotten pretty popular, so now I think they require either 2 or 3 vehicles on Roamly. So I would just check with them. If you have to have 2 vehicles on Roamly, then I'm sorry, it probably wouldn't be the best one for you. But that's who I use, because I have 2 vehicles. And on my business side, we have 3 vehicles. So we just use Roamly. All right. Now, there are other companies. There's a company called Tint. That's one other one that I know of. Tint is just about the same. They're pretty reasonable. I think you have to have 2 cars over there as well. And then the third option for insurance, honestly, it's just going to be sourcing through State Farm. There's some other companies. I really need to do my research on ones that let you do it for one vehicle, because there's not a lot of companies that do. But you don't need insurance for if let's just say this, if you get State Farm for your car and you just need liability, you don't need full coverage, just get liability. Make sure that they will cover you for, I don't want to say ride share, but just renting out your vehicle, okay? Now, you have to think about this, because your insurance is only going to be used when you're driving the vehicle. That insurance is never going to be used when a renter is driving your car. So if someone rents your car through Turo and something happens, you're not using your insurance. You're using either the Turo's platform insurance, or you're using the person that crashed the vehicle's insurance. You're never going to use your own personal insurance for a Turo accident on their behalf. Now, let's say your car is a renting. Perfect example is right now, I'm driving my car personally. This isn't a rental. If something was to happen, then that's when I would use my insurance. All right, so that's how it works. You probably don't even need to get this Roamly or Tint or anything like that. You can probably be fine with just using your regular insurance. But if you want to separate that, like maybe you have an LLC, or you want to keep things separate for tax reasons, then yes, go with like a Roamly or a Tint or something like that. There's other ones out there. Those are just the two that I know of that I use. So those are my recommendations there for insurance on Turo vehicles. And yeah, that's really it. I'm trying to think of things I didn't talk about, and if I didn't talk about those, mention it in the comment box, because I definitely don't want to leave things out. I want to try to be as transparent as possible with this Turo stuff. I want you guys to really learn and understand the game, because at the end of the day, it's pretty fun running your own business and doing it legit, and just trying to be better than what you were before. I'm trying to be better in life. I'm trying to leave a legacy for my kids, because that's what I do this for. And I also want to teach people as I go, right? Because I'm all about helping people get to that next level. There's a lot of people that don't want to help people out, that don't want to get people the game. I'm all about the free game. I'm all about showing you guys how to do stuff. And I'm doing it myself, so I'm living proof. I'm showing you what I'm doing. I'm not capping. I'm showing you the real, all right? So I'm going to end this video right here, because I'm going to get to the airport. And I will continue back once I get to the airport and drop this car off. I got to hurry up. So I'll check back with you guys in a second. All right. So picked up my other car, and now we're going to park this car and take some photos too. We picked up our other car, and we got to clean this thing out. It's not too bad, but we definitely got to clean it out because it's looking crazy. So, but yeah, that's it, man. That's it. That's all I have for you guys. This Turo thing, it can be fun. You can definitely make some money with it. There's going to be some ups, there's going to be some downs. What I am noticing where I live is it's starting to kind of slow down. So, I'm trying to see if it gets slower in the wintertime, or, how things go in the wintertime. If I had to predict, I feel like there's more accidents in the wintertime, obviously, because it's, snow and everything where I live. So I'm hoping everything goes good, but you'll probably have a lot more maintenance in the wintertime, just due to, weather that you can't control, especially if, it might not be snowing where you are, but they might drive somewhere and it's snowing like crazy there. So, driving in that and all kind of stuff. So it's definitely going to be one of those things where you want to be very cautious in the wintertime if you have to deal with snow. If you don't got to deal with snow, then disregard everything I'm saying. So, but some of the other tools and things that's going to help you be beneficial with Turo, and these are my bonus ones, is obviously a lockbox. You're definitely going to want a lockbox. You can get a lockbox on Amazon for like 25, 26, $7. Definitely get you one of those. You're going to need that. It's absolutely important. Okay, get yourself some cleaning chemicals, just some microfiber towels and some good cleaning supplies. You don't got to get the best, I just use my detail equipment stuff, so that works for me. But get you a little vacuum, get you some interior cleaner, I usually try to get some air freshener, like these little tree ones like this. I get me some of those. New car scent. I only do new car scent. I don't like to add all those other flavors in there because, you never know. Somebody might not like the smell or whatever. So I always stick with new car scent. Get you some towels. I'm trying to think what else. A tracker. You definitely want a tracker. These are the things you absolutely need to get started. You need a tracker for sure. I would go with Bouncie. There's other brands, there's other things out there, but definitely get Bouncie. I think it's $90 for the tracker itself. You plug it into your OBD scanner port, and that's it. Get a tracker. 100% need that. All right. Number 2. Oh, and it's like $9 monthly, so you gotta pay for that too. So tracker with Bouncie. Number 2 is gonna be your lockbox. You're definitely gonna want to get a lockbox. After your lockbox, you're gonna want to get some cleaning supplies. So I would suggest getting like a mini vacuum. Also getting some, like I said, microfiber towels and some good like window cleaning stuff. There's some at Walmart. I don't know the brand of it, but it's like glass cleaner and it's like a yellow can or something. Just get that. You might even be fine with Windex. And definitely get you some interior cleaner. All right. Other than that, I mean, that's really all you need. I don't think you need anything else crazy to get started with Turo. Now, as you go on, you can add other cleaning things that you might want. So, if someone has a super bad accident in your car and you need to extract your seats, you definitely want to look at other options for that. Especially if you have white seats. If you have white seats, man, good luck. Get some seat covers. Definitely get seat covers. That's my other thing. I keep forgetting about that. Get seat covers. Okay? Get seat covers. Do you need it? No. Like in this car, it's a black interior, so I don't have seat covers in here. But, if you have light interior, you definitely need seat covers. Don't even play around. Just get it and get it out the way. Shop on Amazon. Get the front and the back if you can. But get seat covers. Absolutely. And like I mentioned before, get some weather mats. Especially if you live in a place where we get snow, you're definitely going to want some weather mats. But I personally just like weather mats in my car because it makes it so easy to clean. Like right now, I have weather mats in this car, and I know I have to do some cleaning, vacuuming, and it's just going to be so easy to just slap it on the ground, wipe it down, and get it done. So not too worried about that. You definitely want to get some weather mats. All right, just going to help you with cleaning. Okay, but that's it, man. That's really all I have for you guys. We booked a trip. I think this trip, I had to have this car on snooze because I didn't have time to go and pick it up because I was working. So we just took it off of snooze and it got booked for technically 2 days, so Friday and Saturday. We just took it off snooze yesterday, and which was Wednesday, and today's Thursday. It got booked today for Friday and Saturday. So we're gonna make, I think, $86 starting from 8 a.m. tomorrow to 11 a.m. Saturday. So $86 for that. That's worth it for me. Originally, she was trying to get it to where she was only going to pay like $40 for the rental, and that would have been from like 8 a.m. to 8 a.m. because that's technically 1 day. But once you go over 24 hours, that's considered 2 days. So that's how I was able to get her in for $86 because I personally don't allow 1 days on my car. I just don't think it's worth it to give your car up to somebody for $40 to $30 for 1 day, and they get 200 miles they can drive. That just sounds insane to me. So I stick with, 2 days minimum. You have to book it for 2 days. I might be hurting myself by doing that. I'll probably have a lot more bookings if I just went with 1 days. But I'm telling you right now, if you want to save your car, save from racking up pointless miles, do not do 1 days, okay? Maybe from the beginning because you want to get a couple 5-star ratings and just to get the ball rolling and whatever, okay, fine. But I'm telling you right now, I do not do 1 days whatsoever. I have a 12-hour minimum where I need to be notified when I need to drop the car off, so that gives me time to bring the car and take it wherever. I need a 12-hour minimum, okay? That's it. Other than that, I think you'll be fine. If you have any other questions or I haven't answered anything, make sure you guys reach out to me in the comment section down below. Let me know how I'm doing with my videos. Give me some game, give me some tips, give me some things that you might need to know. Always fill up your cars with gas when you're delivering them. I'm horrible at that. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're close to full, but I'm very horrible at filling the gas tank up. So I need to step my game up. But you know, other than that, that's it. That's all I have for you guys. I really appreciate you. This was a pretty long video, but I wanted to try to get everything out there for our next video, because like I said, I want to show you guys how much we're actually gonna make doing Turo with just 2 cars. All right, that's it. That's all I have for you guys. Scoofy here. Make sure you guys turn on the notification bell, subscribe to the channel. Once we reach 10,000 subscribers, I will be giving away $200. All right, Scoofy here, and I'm out.